Hey everybody, this is a black belt class that we're going to be covering today, and I hope you have a good place at home where you can practice. Uh, Practicing on your own at home, so important to keep up your skills, whether you're doing this class as an extra class and you're coming to our regular in-person classes at this time, or if you are just doing this one as your main class to keep up your skills, this is a great way to do it. Also, if you are doing your home practice training as your sole source of training at this point, it would be worthwhile to sometimes do a class of the lower belts. They are working on some of the different katas, maybe Nahanchi kata, maybe Shinto kata, or something that you already know. But it would be great to do that class to review those skills as well. So don't feel you just have to do the black belt class. Go back and do the other classes as well. It can be very helpful for you. All right, let's begin today with a bow and remembering our student creed and our black belt principles. This is what karate training is all about. We say them every time in the beginning of class. You can run it through in your own head or say it out loud yourself whenever you're doing your training session. But let's go right into our warm up today. We're just going to do a little body twist warm up. I want you to do a punch to one side and then twist and do a punch to the other side. Just twist and punch, twist and punch. This gets the arms moving, gets the legs moving, your hips and your waist. You're working on good form on your punches, getting your shoulder and hips behind your moves, twisting in, punching each time. Maybe it comes some of the higher punches, face level. Good. And then body level. That's it. Good. Good. Just twisting and punching. Turn your hips, punch to one side, then the other side. Good. A good way to start to warm up. All right, good. Now let's do something with our legs, and we're going to do 3 different leg motions to loosen up our legs and to get a little stretch at the same time as we're warming up. So we take a stance, and your first movement is bringing your knee up to your chest. Just a straight up knee movement. Do that a few times. Knee up, good, just like that. Good. Now the next one is a straight leg swing. Swing it straight leg up. Straight leg. Good. Loosening up your leg, your hips. Good. All right. And the third one is a crescent kick. So this is an inside out crescent kick. Go across your body and then pull it around, up and around. That way. Crescent kick. Good. Like that. Do that a few times. Good. All right. Now we're going to do them one after the other. Knee up. Straight leg swing, crescent kick swing. So we'll take it in order. Ready? Knee, straight, and crescent. That's it. Again, knee, straight, and crescent. Oh, I mixed it up there. Ready again. Knee, straight, and crescent. That's it. Again, knee, straight, and crescent. Good. All right, switch legs. Just the knee by itself first. Knee, knee, knee. Good. Straight leg. 1, 2, and 3. And crescent kick. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now one after the other. Knee, straight, crescent. Ready? Knee, straight, crescent. Good. Knee, straight, crescent. Good. Go a little higher this time. Knee, straight, and crescent. Good. One more time. Best one. Knee, straight, and crescent. All right. Good work. So you should feel like your body's starting to loosen up and feel like you're ready to do some more of your activities. Now, before we go into our katas and our other techniques, let's review our basics. We're just going to do a few of them just to sharpen up. Just like if you're playing a musical instrument, before you start working on your songs or the things that is new material for you, you're often asked to go through your scales. And that's always a good idea to sharpen up those moves, to sharpen up your sounds if it's a musical instrument. But in karate, our scales are our basics. To do the basics a few times, to make sure your punch is in the right place, your uppercut, your side block, your head block, whatever it might be, your front kick. So doing the techniques by themselves is a way to sharpen up your moves. So hands on your side, give me a straight punch right in the middle, punch, and focus on the top two knuckles being right in the center of the body, the wrist being in a straight line, punch at the solar plexus level. Now the other hand, punch. Same thing, wrist straight. Remember to snap your hips as you do the punch. A little turn of the hips is helpful to start the punch with some speed. Ready, punch, punch. Good. Also, pay attention to your elbows. Don't wing your elbows out on your punch. Keep your elbow in along your side. Sometimes I'll even have a student put a piece of paper between their arm and their body, and they'll start their punch this way, and the paper should stay on their side, stay on their side, stay on the side until the arm gets in front of the body, then the paper would drop down. So even though you might not be using a piece of paper right now, think of it the same way. So ready, arm along your side, punch, and again, punch. Keep it in, punch, punch, and punch. All right, let's go to the uppercut. So from here, again, keeping the elbow along your side, extend the arm to chin level. Arm should be fully straight at this point, but the wrist also in a straight line. Don't bend the wrist one way or the other. Keep it straight. That should hit the jaw and then pull back so your elbow is down in front of your ribs, protecting your body. Now the other hand, straight and then back. Good. Out to the chin and back. And to the chin and back. Remember, don't aim off to the side. Here you missed. Your opponent was in the center. The chin's in the center. Get your punch or your uppercut right in the center, then pull it back. Then the other one, center. Couple more. Breathe out. Good. All right, hands to your side, side block, and then punch. Again, bring it over, side block, and punch. When you first learn basics, you put your hand on your side. As you're more experienced, especially at black belt level, you want to get a covering action and then pull it out to the side from there. Then punch, and this hand that punches comes down. It's going to do the block next. So cover with the other hand. Now both arms are in front of the body. That's a good protection. Side block, punch, cover, block, then punch. Again, cover, block, then punch. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now, hands over. Head block. Using the muscle of the arm, so your palm of your hand is facing towards you. Don't do it with the block out, with the hand out. Turn it in, and now punch with the other hand. Bring it over, head block, punch. Again, head block, punch. Again, you can cover first before you block, and then punch. That covering is a block in itself, and it protects the body. If their strike is coming in faster, this hand could be protecting your head, and this one pushes it away. Now punch. Again, head block, punch, and head block, punch. All right, down block, cover. This time the hand that's blocking starts up higher. Both hands are in front of the body. Down, punch, cover, down block, punch, cover, down block, punch, and again, down block, punch. Good. We could also work the open hand side block. Cover and open hand. Edge of the hand blocking. Fingertips about shoulder height. Arm bent 90 degrees, and your wrist pulled up as well. Not flat, not straight, but pulled up. So you're blocking on the edge of the hand. Open hand block. And the strike we'll do here is the spear hand strike with the other hand, the nukite, with the fingertips extended this way, thumb tucked, and spear hand going straight out. Now hand over to the other side, cover, block, and then strike. Again, block, strike, block, strike, block, strike, block, strike. One more, block, strike. Good. All right. Good way to warm up and to get your techniques in the right place for the moves you're going to be doing in your katas. So that's for your upper body. Let's work the lower body basics. A couple of those techniques, especially the front snap kick. That's a prevalent kick in most of the katas. You can have your guard up or have your hands on your belt, either way, but let's give the front snap kick. Knee comes up, snap in, and set down. Remember, using the ball of the foot, and hold your balance for a moment after the kick. Don't just kick and drop it, but your foot should come down when you want it to come down, not because you're falling and it has to come down. So show that you have your balance after your kick, then put it down. Again, pull it back, then put it down. Again, and down. Good. So your knee stays up for just a half a second maybe after you do your kick. Ready? Kick, and then down. Again, kick, and down. One more. Front kick, and then down. Switch legs. Ready? One, and back. And two, and back. Are you remembering to hold your balance? Let's see. Ready? Kick, and then down. Right. Kick, and then down. Good. So make sure you're holding that knee up for just a moment before you set it down. Now we're going to do our side kick in the same way it's taught in the basics. So start with one foot forward, and your side kick is going to be off of your back leg. Again, you can have your hands on your hips or guard, whichever you like. But when we kick to the side, you pick up your foot to your own knee. And when you pick it up, put it in the blade position so that it's all ready to kick right away. After the foot comes up to the knee, then it snaps out and comes back to the knee in a quick, snappy motion. So it's up, snap, and back. Up, snap, and back. Looking to the side, and kick. And again, have your balance after your kick as well. Ready? Up and kick. Good. And kick. Good. Using the edge of the foot. Now the other side. Switching your legs. Pick up the leg. Get the blade of the foot at the knee. Kick. And pull it back. Again. And back. Remember to keep your balance after your kick. Go. Go. And go. All right, good. Sharpening up your lower body basics. These are the two main kicks that are in your katas. Of course, sometimes there's a stomp kick or a knee kick or something else, but those are the two main ones. Now, let's go into a kata. And you could really choose your own kata that you want to sharpen up. Today, I want you to do the Wansu kata. Wansu kata. This one is a intermediate level kata, but it's a good one because it has front kicks, it has side kicks, it has a few different stances, it has blocks, things like that. And as you're going through it, there should be two ways that you think about performing your kata. You should perform your kata with slow movements to work on your detail. Maybe repeat a move a few times. If you didn't feel you did it very well, do it again. Take your time to set in your stances and to feel like you've maintained good balance and a low center of gravity. Get your head turning before you move. All the things that are the details that make a good kata. And you can't get those details if you just do the kata fast and full power. I know you know this kata, but the idea is to improve it. So first time is slow for detail. The second way to do it is performance style. That's how you would do it for a belt test or a competition or in a class where the sensei tells you go through it full power. Well, yeah, then you do it performance style. And maybe you don't have time to fix everything and make it exact. But if you've been practicing it well before that, if you've been working on the details with your slower kata practice, well, then the performance kata will actually end up looking good. So slow practice sometimes, performance practice sometimes. You have to get the balance that works for you for each of those. When I have students who are training for competition, Oh, well, in the beginning stages of the competition, if the competition's not till maybe a couple of months ahead, we do a lot more work on the detail. And we don't work on performance very much. But as we get the detail better, now we're getting closer to the competition. Well, now we start putting in performance so that the detail is good. Now we have to have them be performance ready so that they can do a great job at the competition. And as we get right up to the competition, the week before the competition, no detail. It's not going to help. At that point, they're not going to be able to ingrain any new habits. They've already got those habits. What now we need to work on is just the performance. So we just do performance, only full power, only the way they're going to perform in the competition. So detail to develop your skills, performance for when you're going to be showing it. All right, Wansu Kata, here we go. Azumi, Kitsuke, great. Hajime, Kata, Wansu. And ready. Now, even if you're doing a mirror image of me, just stay with me with the moves. Look and block. Strike. Hands over, block. Strike. Step, block. Strike. Hand in, turn, punch. Now, how'd you do there? Are you in a good crane stance? Good. And are your knuckles extended out on your punch? That's the way. Look to the side. Step in, down block, punch. Step, block, strike. Turn and punch. Look and step forward, open hand block. So this is a Seisan stance, open hand head block right over the forehead, maybe about 6 or 8 inches ahead of in front of the forehead there. Now, uppercut strike, but catch it halfway. That's the ki point. And now front snap kick. Remember to hold your balance for a moment. Then set it down, double block. Now, turn your back foot and slide into cat stance. Get your hand ready. One hand on the belt, one hand on the head. Are you down in a good cat stance? That's it. Now reach in, and that's your horse stance to grab. Now we're ready for the throw. Look, lift, and throw down. Good. That's a horse stance, so bend those knees. Look to the front, hands back and turn. Then turn all the way to the side, open hand side block. From here, knee smash. Slide the foot back, drive it in with the knee smash, then punch. Now hand over and turn. Turn again, block. Open hand side block again, knee smash, and punch. Feet up together, hands at your hips. Ready for your double punch. Raise up your leg, step out, 1, 2. Up, lift, set. Good, and that's a long stance. So your front leg is bent, back leg is straight. Now slide up and ready for side kick. 1, and switch 2. And we just worked those side kicks in basics, so they should be looking pretty good. If you lost your balance or you didn't make a good blade kick, do it again a couple of times. All right, make sure it's a good kick, land with balance, and then step left foot forward with the guard. Hand back to your belt, keeping this hand in front because we're going to circle step and come right in with an elbow strike. Look to the back, cat stance, kick, 1. Switch, cat stance. We're in a cat stance here. We're facing forward, hands are back. It's the front snap kick. Hold your balance for a moment. Kick, then double chop. So you can land in a balanced Seisan stance, get the double chops out to the side. Backhanded block, other hand open on the side. Finish properly. Take your time. Maintain your mindfulness of your kata. Even when you're finished with the moves, keep yourself mentally engaged in what you're doing because you're going to be continuing on with other things. Don't lose your focus just because you're done with the kata. The term zanshin means your spirit and your mind remains in what you're doing, even if the action is finished. All right, we just did Wansu for practice, for detail. Now think about, was there anything in the kata that didn't feel as good as you'd like it to be? Maybe you were off balance on a move. Maybe something didn't feel as strong. This is the time to go over those moves and do it by itself. Just take a section out of the kata. Maybe it's the double punches. Maybe you need to get a better stance and aim those punches better. Maybe it's the elbow strike near the end of the kata, or maybe it's right in the beginning where you're here and you block and strike. So take a minute right now and go over some of those moves that you know you could improve. There's got to be something. It's important as a black belt to be self-aware and self-critical to a certain degree, so that you know that if you can improve something, you'll do it. You'll put the time in to make it better. Don't just say, oh, it was okay. Hey, okay is not good enough. So keep working, work on a detail. I'll give you a minute here. Something that can be improved just in this session. One thing to do if you don't know what else to do the kata with stances only. This is a good way to practice. Maybe you don't have to do it right now. Maybe you do this later on your own practice. Put your hands behind your back and do the kata without the arms. And see if you can perform the whole kata with just your stances. That'll give you a chance to really focus on your stances and to make them sharper, make them better. All right, keep going. Whatever you're working on, don't stop. Do it a few more times. It took a long time for you to develop the habit of the way you're doing it right now. So it's going to take some repetitions to get that habit broken so you can improve it, so you can make it better. Maybe you've done the kata 1,000 times. Well, it's going to take a couple of hundred times of doing something in a different way to ingrain that habit. So don't do it once or twice. That's not going to be enough. Keep going. Keep going. Good. Good. Keep it up. Now, if this isn't enough time, if there's something else you still want to work on with the kata, just pause this video for a minute and do it, and then get back into it, because we're going to move on at this point to doing your kata performance style. Now, performance style means you do it like your life depends on it. You do it like you're showing your best for your sensei, or like you're thinking of it as a real life self-defense situation, and your moves have to be fast, they have to be strong. It doesn't mean the whole kata should be rushed. Don't get me wrong, it shouldn't be that way. But it should be under control, focused and sharp, but with intensity. That's what you're doing, is you're bringing your spirit behind it. Your mindset changes. Now we're not thinking about, how's my form? Am I perfect? We did that before. Now we're thinking about, is my punch going to knock somebody down? Is my kick going to stop somebody? Is my block going to stop their strike coming at me? This is the difference in mindset in a performance kata. And you need to do both, because we have to train our mind and our body to do it with full power. Now, I'm not going to do the whole kata for you, but I'll do a few moves to give you an idea of how I might do it performance style, and then you're going to do it yourself. All right, I'm going to take the kata from near the end, or the last section of the kata. So I'm going to just do the performance from, not from the beginning, but from a little later on in the kata. I'm going to go from the double punches. So hopefully you could see the intensity change in my movements, that I was putting more into it. I was thinking, how strong do those punches have to be? How good do those kicks have to be? How sharp? How balanced? I'm thinking, hey, I'm in a fight. What am I going to do? How am I going to perform? So the mental state between your training kata and your performance kata is different. So I'm going to have you do it on your own now. Wansu kata, get your mind clear. Get focused. Imagine you're not in your living room, you're not in your basement, wherever you're practicing. Imagine this is out on the street now. And People are coming around you. You have to do these moves to protect yourself. They're attacking you. So are you in that mental state? Get ready. All right, and begin the kata. Yasme, Kyutsuke, ready. And begin on your own. Good. There you go. Keep it up. Strong. The look in your eyes should be different. The intensity on your moves. Come on, keep it going. Keep imagining those opponents. Where are they coming from? What are you doing to them? What are they doing to you? Keep going. Good. Don't relax. Don't lose your concentration. Come on, you can do it. Keep it up. Strong, focus. Sometimes kata get weak in the middle. Don't let that happen. You're still being attacked. Come on. Come on, as you finish a kata, finish it strong. This is the strongest opponents against you, the toughest ones. You have to fight them hard. Come on, be strong. Do it like you mean it. And when you're ready and you finish the kata, bring your mind back to your training class. Finish properly. Bow, take a deep breath. Listen now for your breathing. Are you breathing a little bit harder? You should be. If you really put something into it, you should feel that exertion. You should feel that you worked harder and you're a little bit out of breath. If you're not breathing hard, you didn't do it hard enough. Think about this. Were there any moves in that kata that if you would hit somebody with them, it's really not going to have a strong effect? Maybe you were off balance on a move, or you lost your place for a moment and you did something and you say, oh, that just wouldn't have worked. Well, I hate to break it to you, but that means you lost that fight. You have to have it in your head that the kata's got to be done from the beginning to the end with that full intensity. So that means that kata didn't really count as your best performance kata. You need to do it again. So I'm sure that you've got the idea of what I'm talking about, that you have to get your mindset behind what you're doing in the kata. So if you lost that fight, if something happened and you were off your focus, if you missed a technique, if you did something and it was weak, well, now you have to go back and do it again. So after this training session, after this video class, do it again and get that mindset right. Now, it's hard to do a perfectly focused, strong kata every time. I know. Sometimes I don't even get it right exactly every time I do it. Then I'll go back and I'll practice it again. And I'll try to get it. That's what being a martial artist, being a black belt is all about, is that search for perfection. At least as much perfection as you can get at this time with your skill level. But don't be satisfied with doing it 80% or even 90%. Put in that 100% every time you're doing it. This will bring it up to a higher level. Now, the routine that we talked about today, training your kata for detail and going slower, doing it for performance. Of course, you can and should do it with every kata that you train. So when we turn off the video here, when we finish up in a couple of minutes, I wanted you to make sure that you do at least one more kata, whether it's the Wansu kata that you just did and it wasn't up to speed, or it's one of your newer katas that you want to do and you're going to work it on detail and then you're going to work on performance of it. That's all right. Either way, make sure you do at least one more kata before you finish your training session today. All right. I want to just give you something to think about with your training. As you're moving up in the martial arts, you started a white belt. So one way to describe your martial arts journey is like climbing up a mountain. As a white belt, you're at the bottom of the mountain and you're starting to go up and you see, my gosh, there's a long way to go to get up to the top. How am I going to get there? You can see other people ahead of you further up the mountain. And you're like, wow, I want to get there. So you start up through the colored belts. You start getting a little bit higher. And as you get up, about midway up the mountain, you start seeing, hey, there's people behind me, new people who have just started. That's all right. They're on their journey up the mountain too. and you still see people ahead, but the top's a little closer. So you're starting to feel better about what you're doing. But you know what's going to inevitably happen? You're going to hit a plateau. You're going to be going across sideways. A plateau is when the mountain doesn't go up anymore, but it goes sideways. And you're going on that for a while and you go, I'm not making any progress. I'm not getting any better. You're feeling a little discouraged, maybe a little frustrated. I'm sure if you've been training for a length of time, you know what I'm talking about. So as you're going across sideways, you're saying, oh, it's getting hard. I'm frustrated. I'm not getting any better. I'm doing all this practice. I'm not improving. And you know what happens there on that plateau? That's when people quit because they don't see that there's progress being made. But if they kept going, guess what's going to happen? Eventually, they're going to get to that part of the mountain that's going up again. So if you stop somewhere before that, they don't always see that it's going to go up again. They're frustrated here. It's still flat. I'm not improving. And they quit. But if they did keep going, they'll hit that next rise, that next climb, and they'll start seeing improvement of their skills. Now, nobody said going up the mountain is easy. It's still going to be hard. But getting across the plateau is sometimes harder than going back up. At least when you're going up, you're seeing that you're making progress. So if you hit a plateau in your training, and many of you probably already have, if you've been training for any length of time, don't stop on that plateau. And guess what? It's still going to happen 2 years of black belt. You're going to feel frustrated. You're going to feel like you're not making any progress. Well, you have to keep your training up and put in new ways of training, different people to train with, learn from other sources, anything that you can do to stimulate you, to keep you more interested, to keep up your training, because guess what? You will start going up again. Now, let's say you kept it going, you're getting up the mountain, and you're getting up near the top. Now, the top of the mountain is not the end of the journey. But if we say the top of the mountain is achieving your black belt, well, that's a pretty good accomplishment. But what happens when you get to the top of the mountain? You get up there and you look out, and what do you see? Well, you see that there's a lot of other mountains out there. And you say, all right, I've done pretty well, but I'm not done yet. What else can I do? What else can I achieve? Can I climb another mountain? Can I still continue to improve my skill? So don't think that being a black belt is the end. Great accomplishment, but really just a beginning. And the struggle, the strain, the journey is the important thing. Keep going, keep learning, keep trying to improve yourself. This is what it means to be a black belt and to be a dedicated black belt, to move up into your higher levels of your skill, of your degree ranks, and just of your overall improvement. So I hope this has been a good lesson for you and that you will work on your details of your katas. Pick a kata. If you could work it for 20, 30 minutes, you're going to make some good improvement. Do it detail, do it performance. And of course, go back to the basics, just like we started in the beginning. Sharpen up those basics, make those skills as good as they can be. Anybody who's an expert in any field is good at the fundamentals. They're good at the basics of that field. And they're better than other people. That's what it takes to really improve your skill, is have that strong foundation of basics, and then you'll be able to make greater gains from there. So keep up the good training, and remember, at least one more kata before you finish up your training session today. But I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I hope to see you again soon.